Most commercial cat treats look appealing on the shelf, yet the fine print reveals a cocktail of artificial flavors, chemical preservatives, and cheap fillers. Over months and years, those additives can irritate a cat's digestive tract, strain the kidneys, and spark food sensitivities that lead to endless itching or vomiting. One of the simplest ways to protect your companion's health and save a little money in the process is to bake treats at home with human-grade ingredients. When you control every item that enters the bowl, you also control fat levels, carbohydrate sources, and overall freshness. Today's recipe centers on lean chicken, flavorful Parmesan, and a handful of pantry staples that deliver protein, fiber, calcium, and healthy fats in every crunchy bite. Even better, the finished snacks can be preserved 2 different ways. A freeze dryer provides the longest shelf life with almost zero nutrient loss, but a standard freezer offers an easy backup method that still keeps the treats safe and tasty for months. Begin with the protein. Cook 1 cup of boneless, skinless chicken breast until the meat reaches a safe internal temperature. Poached, baked, or pressure cooked all work. Then shred it as finely as possible. Chicken supplies complete amino acids that maintain muscle, mass, boost immune function, and help repair tissue. If your cat seems bored with chicken, substitute the same amount of turkey, salmon, or whitefish. Rotating proteins every few weeks not only prevents boredom, but also broadens the micronutrient profile of your cat's diet. Next, grate a 1/4 cup of Parmesan cheese. Hard cheeses contain far less lactose than softer varieties, so most cats tolerate them well. Beyond irresistible flavor, Parmesan offers a sizable calcium punch that helps strengthen bones and teeth, benefits that matter especially for older cats prone to dental trouble. Combine the chicken and Parmesan in a medium mixing bowl, then add a 1/4 cup of whole wheat flour and 3 tablespoons of unsweetened powdered milk. Whole wheat flour introduces fiber, B vitamins, and a touch of complex carbohydrate that binds the dough. Powdered milk amplifies protein and calcium without the liquid bulk of fresh milk, and its low lactose content makes it gentler on feline stomachs. In a separate bowl, whisk 1 large egg with a tablespoon of olive oil and a 1/4 cup of room temperature water. The egg thickens the dough while delivering biotin and additional high-quality protein. Olive oil supplies oleic acid, a heart-friendly fat that also nourishes skin and coat. Pour the wet mixture over the dry ingredients and stir with a silicone. Spatula until the dough pulls together. If it crumbles, add water a teaspoon at a time. If it feels sticky, dust with a pinch more flour. Proper consistency resembles cookie dough, pliable yet firm enough to hold a shape. Dust a cutting board lightly with flour, pat the dough into a flat disc, and roll it to a uniform 1/4 inch thickness. That dimension strikes the right balance between fast baking and a satisfying crunch. Use a tiny cookie cutter, fish, heart, star, or your cat's initials to create whimsical shapes or slice the sheet into bite-sized squares with a pizza wheel. Smaller pieces bake more evenly and help with portion control. Cats rarely need more than 1 or 2 crisps per treat session. Preheat the oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit, about 175 degrees Celsius, and line a rimmed baking sheet with parchment. To prevent sticking, arrange the cutouts roughly 1/2 inch apart to promote even browning. Bake for 20 to 25 minutes. You will know they are ready when edges turn golden and the surface feels dry rather than doughy. Avoid over-browning. Burnt protein loses nutrients and develops off flavors cats might reject. Transfer the treats to a wire rack immediately and let them cool completely. As they lose residual heat, they also lose a final bit of moisture that locks in crunch and extends shelf life. At this stage, you can choose one of 2 preservation paths. If you own a freeze dryer, distribute the cooled treats on its trays, leaving space for airflow. Most home units run a poultry or mixed food cycle that lasts 16 to 24 hours. When finished, select 1 test piece. It should shatter in your fingers. No cool spots, no chewiness. Store the fully dried treats in a mason jar with a silica gel pack or seal them in Mylar bags with oxygen absorbers. In a cool pantry, they remain shelf-stable for up to a year while retaining roughly 97% of their original nutrients. For households without a freeze dryer, a simple flash freezer approach works well. Lay the cooled treats in a single layer on a parchment-lined sheet pan and place the pan in the freezer for 1 to 2 hours. Once the pieces are rock solid, slide them into a labeled freezer bag, flatten to expel air, and zip closed. Stashed at 0 degrees Fahrenheit, The treats keep for 3 months without developing freezer burn. When treat time arrives, remove the desired number and allow them to thaw at room temperature for 10 to 15 minutes. Never microwave. Quick heating can create dangerous hot spots and diminish nutritional integrity. How often should you serve these crunchy morsels? Veterinarians recommend that snacks make up no more than 10% of a cat's daily calories. For most average weight adults, that translates to 2 or 3 small pieces per day. If you break a single crisp in half, you can stretch reward sessions further while still keeping your cat motivated during training or medication routines. Always provide fresh water. Protein-dense treats slightly increase kidney workload, and adequate hydration supports filtration. Before you introduce any new treat, run a brief safety checklist. Omit onions, garlic, chives, or shallots. Cats cannot metabolize their sulfur. Compounds. Skip additional salt. Parmesan already contributes natural sodium. If your cat shows known dairy intolerance, swap the powdered milk for unsweetened coconut flour and replace Parmesan with a tablespoon of nutritional yeast, which mimics cheesy flavor yet remains lactose-free. Cats with diagnosed kidney disease or food allergies should always receive veterinary approval prior to dietary changes. Looking to elevate palatability? Sprinkle 1 to 2 teaspoons of dried catnip over the dough before rolling it out, then press gently so the herb adheres. Catnip's active compound, nipetolactone, triggers temporary euphoria in roughly 2/3 of cats, transforming an ordinary snack into the highlight of the day. Use sparingly. Excessive catnip can cause overstimulation or minor digestive upset. In sensitive felines, troubleshooting is straightforward. If the finished treats feel chewy, they were either rolled too thick or underbaked. Pop them back into a preheated 325-degree oven for 5 additional minutes, then cool again. If the dough sticks to your rolling pin, your egg was probably oversized or the chicken retained extra moisture. Add flour a teaspoon at a time until workable. Should your cat snub the chicken flavor altogether, try tuna packed in water. Drain thoroughly and adjust the flour up by a tablespoon to compensate for the softer protein. Beyond culinary satisfaction, homemade treats extend other benefits. You save the expense of boutique snacks that often run upward of $20 per 6-ounce bag. You sidestep recalls and contamination scares that periodically rock the pet food industry. You reduce single-use plastic waste. Most important, you strengthen the bond with your cat through a tangible act of care. Many owners report that their cats sit expectantly at the oven door during baking, then paw excitedly at the cooling rack as the aroma fills the kitchen. Few sounds rival the gentle crunch of a happy cat enjoying a treat crafted with love. From start to finish, the project requires less than 90 minutes, including baking and cleanup, yet yields several weeks' supply for a single pet. Prepare a double batch on a lazy Sunday, freeze half, and you'll have convenient, nutrient-dense rewards ready anytime. Whether to disguise a medication pill, encourage recall during playtime, or simply share a quiet moment of gratitude with a companion who never judges and always delights. So fetch that mixing bowl, cue up your cat's favorite playlist of chirping birds, and let the aromas of wholesome chicken and Parmesan fill the air. With each whisk, roll, and cut, you are investing in your cat's long-term health, one crunchy square at a time. When those bright eyes widen and the whiskers twitch, you'll know the effort was worth every minute. Homemade care, after all. Tastes better, feels better, and keeps your best friend thriving for many purr-filled years to come.